Look at the green arrows on the bottom of the screen. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ Composite have pushed into positive territory. That happened just in the past 30 seconds or so. So there's a live look at the North American markets. You can also see the decline in the S&P TSX Composite is now only a third of a percentage point. So buyers are stepping in. Let's speak with a professional investor, get his thoughts on when might be the right time to buy and how he's thinking about this market meltdown that we've seen prior to this morning. Tim Regan joins us now. He's at Kingwest Company. Thanks a lot for joining us, Tim.
Thank you, Paul.
How have you been thinking about this market meltdown? What have you been telling your clients as they worry about their portfolios?
As they worry, we've been through 7 business cycles at our firm before, so our clients have been with us for quite a few of them. This is not any different. In fact, it's more one man. It's not a global financial crisis. It's not a pandemic, and it can change on a dime, much like the markets did in the last 30 seconds. However, it's like a fog, and you can't do anything in the fog. Once the fog's lifted, meaning tariffs, then you can review the landscape. So everything's kind of on hold.
I want to bring viewers a Donald Trump tweet. I'm not sure I can put my hands on it right now, but he has said recently that leadership in Japan has contacted him. The tweet seems to be that negotiations are beginning with some of these other countries. Might that be a reason for improved market sentiment?
Absolutely. It's only about what Trump is doing today. And he's created a problem. He has to fix his mess. And that's what you're seeing the markets react to. The markets were a little high in valuation, especially on the U.S. side coming into this. But this is really all about Trump.
Here is that tweet. Donald Trump on his, it's not technically a tweet, this is on his Truth Social account. I'll read verbatim what he has said. Countries from all over the world are talking to us. Tough but fair parameters are being set. I spoke to the Japanese Prime Minister this morning. He's sending a top team to negotiate. They have treated the U.S. very poorly on trade. They don't take our cars, but we take millions of theirs. Likewise, agriculture and many other things. It all has to change, but especially with China. So belligerent in the second half of that posting, but probably what the market wants to hear in the first part, correct?
Trump will talk tough. He'll cave.
Right.
We've seen it before.
Okay. Is this, for Canadian investors, is this a time to step in and buy some stocks that are substantially cheaper than they were just a week ago?
Well, I mean, if you asked me an hour ago, it would have been a different story than today. We're starting to see some of this lift. And right now, we have 10% cash. We're still 90% invested. But you get a great bargain when markets go down like this on just solid, good companies with recurring revenues. So if you want to buy them today, and you're going to hold them for 5 or 10 years, great opportunity.
Let's please show that North American market board again. This is a real moving target. There's a significant upswing in the markets going. Look at in only the 90 seconds or 2 minutes that we've been talking to Tim Regan, the NASDAQ Composite has gained about a percentage point and a half over that period of time. So there's a very significant market rally going on, at least for now. Okay, one stock you like is Sun Life Financial.
Sun Life Financial, yes. We're talking about companies that are great businesses that have recurring revenues, and there's a chart right here. We've owned Sun Life for quite some time. It has about a 4.3% yield. It trades at around 10 times forward earnings, and you've seen it go from 84 and just plummet to 77. Nothing to do with the business, all to do with tariffs. These are the great franchises you can buy at decent prices today.
Okay. Another one you like is a consumer staple, Empire & Company, one of the big publicly traded grocers in Canada.
Well, as I like to say, even with tariffs, people will have to eat. As you can see, that the chart's moving quite along. There's a lot of different things going on with Empire. Their margins are improving. They've lagged their competitors, Loblaws and Metro. But once again, we saw it up, 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 boom. It drops down with the tariffs. Another great thing to buy that's a solid franchise.
And why don't we move on to Cigna Group, another stock you like?
Cigna, where is Cigna today? Yes, Cigna is one of the largest health insurers in the U.S. In fact, it's one of the top 2. Health insurance doesn't go away. Really, with Medicare, Medicaid, they're really not involved in that game that much. And we're looking at another company that today, and we've owned Cigna for over a decade. I think we originally bought it at under $60. And if you go back, It's a great long-term franchise. And today, valuation-wise, I'll say again, around 10 times forward earnings on a great company with recurring revenues.
If investors are going to buy some of these names, how do they do it? Do they edge in? Do they move in gradually?
You know what? If you have 5 or 10 years, you can just get in. But nobody likes to catch a falling knife, and so come in gradually. The stock market, I don't think, is too gradual today, which is a good thing on the upside, but not good on the downside. Now I'm kind of shocked looking at the numbers.
Yeah, let's bring that board back, please.
Boy.
It is remarkable. Look at the numbers now on the NASDAQ Composite, the S&P 500, and the S&P TSX Composite. All of this has unfolded in the past 5 minutes or so. There's a very dramatic upswing in markets. What's the market thinking here, Tim?
Well, I guess I'm your good luck charm, though, here today. But I think what the market is thinking, they were focused just on tariffs. And they were focused on Trump finally coming and saying, I've got to deal with these countries. He probably had a month or 2 month window before it would really affect the economy. Now he is. And he's doing it in typical Trump fashion. And you'll just see all the dominoes line up and go down. And of course, Trump then will say, when the markets are up, I push the markets up.
This is volatility, though, correct? Volatility involves some green arrows as well as red arrows, correct?
Right. I mean, this is why you have to remain invested in the market. As much as I said we had 10% cash, that was at the beginning of the year looking for new ideas, we're 90% invested for our clients. Ride it out. Have some cash on the side to take advantage of great opportunities, which maybe they didn't get down far enough in some cases, but this is what the markets do.
Tim, thanks a lot for being here.
Paul, thank you for having me.
Tim Regan, Managing Director and Portfolio Manager at Kingwest Co.